Hey guys, good to see you again. If you are new here to AEAC vlog, this is called Ask AEAC. We started it last week. We're going to continue this every weekend. This is my lovely wife, Katya, and what we're doing is I'm pulling YouTube comments, your questions from my 2 YouTube channels, and we're going to answer them here for you now. And hopefully forever going forward. So hopefully everyone is being safe and practicing safe antiviral
social distancing
and all these other good things, and
legitimately do social distancing. Like I see some people, especially like outdoor world, like standing close together, just step it on back. Just give somebody their sneezing bubble.
And be well. Be well. And also, if you're new here, this is not my primary YouTube channel. The big one is the Airgun Exploration and Advancement channel, also called AEAC Home. This is a sister channel to that. So, Katya, you want to go?
Yes.
Let's do it.
So I, again, have not seen these questions. So I apologize to anyone whose name I mispronounce. This first question, it's from Zeni Ibishi. And the question is...
What video is it in?
Refilling an airgun.
Refilling an airgun. Okay.
And it says, will an air compressor work? It actually says, will an air compressor work?
Compressor. So this is amazingly a question I get a lot, and my guess is it's just from people brand new into airgunning, maybe where it hasn't occurred to them yet that the operating pressure for most air guns is between 2,000 and 4,000 PSI. And our typical shop compressors, at least mine in the garage, I think goes up to about 180 PSI, before the pop valve goes. And I think most of them are around that 150, 200. So, no.
Oh, are they asking like the air compressor that fills tires?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
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 So, no.
No. It doesn't reach enough pressure, right?
Yeah, no, it doesn't. Like we said, air guns need a lot of pressure. The ones that we keep in our shops and garages provide enough to run pneumatic shop tools and fill pool floaties and truck tires and that's it. So if you don't want to invest in an air gun specific compressor that will fill an air gun or a separate bottle up to 4,500 PSI,
go to a dive shop.
Yeah, go to a dive shop, a paintball shop. Some fire departments will fill your SCBA tank, or just buy an SCBA tank. I've actually got one right here. This is sitting here because I'm in the middle of working on the Crown Continuum, but this is an SCBA tank. It's 100 cubic feet. It fills to 4,500 PSI. It's an aluminum bladder covered in carbon fiber, commonly referred to as a carbon fiber tank, and this is what you need to fill an air gun. They come in all different sizes. This one came from Air Guns of Arizona, and it's of their Omega, OMEGA line of air tanks, and it's a fantastic tank. But that's probably the most cost-effective way to refill an air gun.
Okay, rabbit hole. Here we
Doing
go.
a lot of bouncing around this morning.
This next question is in regards to the Kral Puncher Jumbo video.
The what?
Kral.
Mm-hmm.
Puncher Jumbo video. It comes from Kuram Javed, and his question is, hi, would you like to tell me the expiry date, 10-year for Kral PCPs, which is engraved on the cylinder? After expiry date, what is the procedure? Either it can't be used or will undergo for some inspection or certifications.
Okay, so I'm presuming he lives in a different country.
The expiry date gave it away?
Yeah, well, his name.
Oh, that's true.
A little bit of a language barrier there. And this differs from country to country. I know here in the United States, Kral doesn't have expirations on their air tubes here in the U.S. Yeah, and that's because I actually consulted with a couple of different people. I got with Tyler over at Pyramid. I bounced this off of Cecil over at Hatsan, USA. And here in the U.S., there are only expiration tanks on built-in airgun reservoirs if they exceed a certain size. Tyler thought that was 2 feet long and 2 inches in diameter. So you look at a Hatsan, for example, none of their air tanks are that long. So there are no expirations on a Hatsan onboard air reservoir here in the United States. And the same thing goes for Kral. Mm-hmm. Now, The 480cc, 500, the new ones are getting bigger and bigger, whatever. But the carbon fiber bottles that are built into an air gun, those all come out of Korea. Here in the United States, they have expiration dates on them, just like an SCBA tank would. So, if you do have an air reservoir on your air gun that does expire, there's no recertification process that I know of. You're to discard it and buy a new one from the distributor, retailer, or manufacturer.
That's good to know.
Yeah, and same thing goes for the carbon fiber bottles. There is a company in Colorado. If you catch last week's AEAC, we talked about it in depth, but there's a company in Colorado that is recertifying the big SCBA tanks, but I don't know that they're doing the smaller onboard carbon fiber bottles.
And either way, if you're from a different country, you're probably not going to want to ship it to Colorado.
Well,
That
yes.
seems like it would be very expensive.
So that's true, but it's also probably less money to buy a new carbon fiber bottle than it would be with the shipping and get it recertified. Right. So, and same thing with an air reservoir. They're not horribly expensive at Hatsan USA, or you can probably go to Pyramid. I think they're the importer for Kral if you need a new one. You know.
I'm just going to tickle your neck when you go too long. That's going to be my hook off the stage.
Are you in a hurry to get out of here today?
No, I'm not.
Don't lie. I know you want to go paint.
I don't want to go paint. I have to go paint.
You want to go paint. You love it.
Hence the fun outfit today. These are the clothes I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm also going to start calling it expiry date. I really like that.
Expiry date.
Expiry. Yeah. Okay, this next question is from Air Force Condor. Oh, excuse me. It's in regards to the Air Force Condor SS, and it is from Troy.
Do you realize that you're petting my cheek right now?
Yes.
I don't know if they need to see all that.
It's not. I like your beard.
All right, so this was in the Air Force Condor review.
It's specific to the Air Force Condor SS review. It's from Troy Boynton. Mm-hmm. Steve, I appreciate your reviews and enjoyed watching your new video with your wife at Airgun101.com. I wish you both well with your home isolation. Thank you. I recently purchased the Condor SS in red in 22 and opted for a .25 barrel also. What do you think about the ring lock valve kits for these guns? Secondly, which caliber would you prefer in this platform in 18-inch SS?
Yeah, in a Condor, especially.
I primarily use it for game hunting and pest control, so I don't mind slowing down the pellets and getting more shots. The single shot was appealing to me as I came from traditional rifle, and this is my first PCP.
Okay. So, wow. Is there more, or is that
it? No. So ring. What do you think about the ring lock valve?
Yeah,
kits
I got
for the
all
guns,
that. Yeah.
And what caliber do you prefer in the 18-inch SS?
Yeah. So, for me, the more of a departure there is in an air gun from like a shooting match bench rest type air gun, big, heavy, flat bottom, the more I like to gravitate towards the lighter calibers, because the lighter and more streamlined and skeleton-like the air gun becomes, especially with something like a Condor SS, which is a powerful air gun, I like to go to the lighter calibers. They're the lighter pellets and the smaller calibers. So if that's me, I love your decision that you made with the 22. I'm going to be all over that. I might shoot a 25 in close if I need more power for like larger game, but for really reaching out long distances and wanting that consistent accuracy, I'm going to go with the lighter and smaller projectile, because the smaller, more skeleton-like guns tend to buck around a lot. Like, for example, I was in the backyard yesterday shooting the Crown, and it's a very light, very streamlined gun. And as I'm adjusting power up and as I'm going up in weight, it's moving around more on the bench, and my accuracy is degrading. So with something like a Condor SS, I'm wanting small, light, and fast. Now on the, it's called the ring lock, right?
The
spin lock or ring lock.
Ring lock.
Yeah, the
kits,
ring.
Yeah.
So those ring lock kits, those are awesome. That's basically the equivalent of externally adjustable power in another brand, more specifically an externally adjustable transfer port adjuster, externally adjustable power. So you're controlling the aperture. And that's going to give you a lot of flexibility with that gun. Not only is it going to increase your efficiency, but you can bring noise down. If backdrop's a concern, you can shoot the alloy pellet offerings from H&N and Predator. And you can bring power way down with that. If you need to bring power up because maybe you found a slug that you like, and that's a Lothar Walther barrel. And if you've been following me on Instagram, Facebook, and the vlog, you'll know that the Lothar Walther barrels are really digging some of these new slugs that are coming out, even the choked barrels. So it's a great idea. It's going to give you, it's just going to take something like the Condor SS and it's going to make it that much more versatile for you. I'd be all over that. I'd spend the money on that in an instant because you're taking one gun and you're just making it a much more versatile tool where you don't have to have multiple guns. You can do it all with just the Condor.
Cool.
Yeah. That was everything, right?
Yeah. And Airgun 101, for those of you guys that don't know, this is Giles' channel, right?
Yeah, Giles Berry, I'm sure his Airgun gear show, wildly popular globally. He's over in Europe. We actually had dinner with him in the United Kingdom. Yay. Actually, it was lunch with him in the United Kingdom. Yay. Just a few weeks back. We spent some really good quality time, and he very much appreciates you guys, and so does the industry getting behind him with that Airgun 101 because that's...
Yeah. It's a good channel. He puts all of the reviews, like Airgun reviews from a lot of different YouTube channels onto one platform. So if you kind of want to check a lot of different things out at the same time, it's a good resource. It's
really nice. It's very simple. You subscribe to Airgun 101 and then you get, I think it's a bi-weekly email notification from Airgun 101 that gives you all of the new content that's been brought out that week. So it's just a really cool way to filter just like all of the greatest Airgun content, get it in one email. You can peruse the titles. You can mash on a link to a video and watch those videos. All of my contents on both of my YouTube channels, the vlog and home, AEAC, is reproduced over there. So he's doing a great job. And
another resource for you.
But you got to watch it here too. I need me some YouTube credit. So watch on both.
That's true. That's very true.
For you loyal AEAC fans. Please.
Okay, so this next question is in regards to Benjamin Marauder Regulated, that video. Mm-hmm. It is from Mr. Ryan McMahon.
Wait, what was the question on the Airgun 101?
Nothing, I just wanted to point it out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. What?
No, just...
Well, I mean, like...
No, I'm glad you pointed it out.
Catch people off guard, be like, what's Airgun 101?
No, this is great. Doing a great job, baby.
So it's from Mr. Ryan McMahon. It's fantastic.
And it's on which gun?
Benjamin Marauder Regulated.
Okay.
Do you need a license for this in California?
No, you do not. You know, it's interesting. When you follow politics, we get a certain image of what California is. But did you guys know that California is the largest airgun consuming state in the United States?
Really?
Yes. Yeah, because when you get out of the municipal areas of California, it's very agricultural and very rural and they have so many people that live in California that they're number one in the country for buying air guns. I think they're right there with Texas. Texas might be number 2 and I forget what number 3 is, but those are the big one. And
seriously, again, an Airgun Jeopardy question. How do you know this?
I don't know. I just know it. But no, there's no special licensing. You know, California's way is to get in your pocket and to try to really, you know, they're a very regulated state. So I know when you go to fill your SCBA tank or fill your gun at like a dive shop or paintball shop, there's a tax. There's a special tax. There's like a refill tax from California that you got to pay. And I know that not long ago they put some law in the books with BB guns and airsoft guns where there has to be like a big orange plug.
Oh,
so that a law enforcement official doesn't mistake that as a firearm and something bad happen.
So the short answer is no.
Yeah, no. Nope.
Next question is from Randy Thomas.
What?
Randy Thomas. It's 2 first names. But the first name is Randy and the second name is Thomas, so you could...
So Thomas is Randy? Is that what you're giggling about?
Yes.
You poor woman. Lonely housewife over here.
I am not a lonely housewife.
Just read the question.
And isn't that a negative on you?
It is.
Okay. It's about the airgun barrel cleaning video. It's from a horny man. It is...
All right, focus.
Okay, it says, Airgun Exploration and Advancement Channel. What would you charge to fully tune a .3 caliber Crown synthetic? It is truly set straight from the factory and or the seller, which would be Airgun Depot almost exactly 1 year ago this month, ? I may have shot 100 to 150 pellets. I am disabled, so I don't shoot much, and I am not sure if it is at the gun's peak performance or not.
Okay, so Randy?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Randy, I don't tune air guns. I mean, I tune them for the videos to learn them so I can share with you guys, the process and basically just teach you about the gun. The two places I would trust in the United States to tune an FX would be Utah Airguns and SPA Airguns, Southern Precision Air. Utah's obviously in Utah. Here in Florida, we have SPA, which is Ken Hicks. Now, I called Ken this morning when I read your question, and he says, can you read the question again? Because he's disabled, right?
Yes.
Ken said that because you're disabled, if you pay the shipping there and back, he will tune your gun for you for free. And Ken is an elite tuner. It could be argued that nobody knows...
He's very good.
Yeah, as much about tuning impacts and crowns and these kinds of things as that guy, other than maybe the factory and some gurus over there at Utah Airguns. This is a service that if any of you guys need your guns tuned, and he tunes more than just the FXs, it's typically about $200 for that service, plus freight there and back. So I would call up Ken Hicks over at Southern Precision Air. Let him know that you heard to call him from the Ask AEAC video here on AEAC Vlog, and he'll take care of you, man.
That's nice of Ken.
Wasn't that nice of Ken?
That's really nice of
Ken's
Ken.
a good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so next question is from John Caban.
John Caban.
I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm going to say it every single time. It's in regards to SHOT Show, Crossman and Hatsan compressors and hand pumps. If you have a gun with a fill of 250 bar and let it drop to 180 bar, 60 good shots, parentheses, then really how hard is it to top off with a 4-stage air pump? 75 pumps? If I can't do this, then maybe you need some exercise. If you can't do this, then maybe you need some exercise.
Okay, so he's being facetious.
Is he? He's being sarcastic. I should read this with sarcasm?
Yeah.
Okay. If you have a gun with a fill of 250 bar and let it drop to 180 bar, then really how hard is it to top it with a 4-stage air pump? 75 pumps? If you can't do it, then you need some exercise.
Yeah, I don't know what Wheaties he's eating, but I like to run long distances several days a week. When I'm not doing that, I'm in the gym. When I'm not doing that, I'm playing hockey over there, practicing over with USF. My dad's the coach of that hockey team. And when I'm not doing that, I like to rollerblade with this lady over here. And hand pumps kick my ass. Like, I've specifically taken a Marauder from 1,500 PSI up to, or 1,750 up to 3,000. And it's a fucking workout. It's hard.
I thought we could say, oh no, that was the word we couldn't say.
Yeah, I didn't say it.
I know.
But it's extremely difficult, and I consider myself a very fit person. So
it's because the pumps get harder, like as the tank gets fuller and fuller, like it's harder and harder.
Yes,
to push
even
down
with like a hill pump or an FX pump with the multi-stage.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's kind of like,
you know
what I experienced recently. Most of you guys probably have experienced this. Is those. That stuff for your landscaping. It's like a big container with a handle on top, and you spray like Weed Be Gone or fertilizer or whatever on your lawn. Well, the first few are like super easy, no big deal. But then as it gets fuller and fuller, it gets harder and harder to push that thing down. It's kind of like that.
That's what he's making reference to with the 4-stage. It sort of it aids that. But man, make note. If any of y'all out there read that, don't get misinformed. It's hard.
Yeah. I mean, shoot,
and
give it a try. Maybe you love it.
I think I put the stopwatch on it, and it took like 4 minutes of pumping.
Is that
just to bring it
from the 250 to 180, or for how? Like...
Yeah, or similar, from 1,500 to 3,000 psi. That's the window he's talking about. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. So if you're gonna do that, buy an efficient gun.
This should be a YouTube challenge. Have you seen those YouTube challenges where people do push-ups for something?
No.
How fast can you pump up your air gun or your tank with a hand pump?
So Katya's
without dying.
She's very well-meaning, but you're gonna die your hand pump because the speed equals heat, and that's what breaks them. So you're supposed to
Okay.
be like slow and steady.
Okay, well maybe the competition will be, can you do it without being out of breath?
Yeah, I suppose you can do
In
anything
in 5 minutes. We'll give a winner.
without being out of breath if you go slow enough.
And post your videos on YouTube. That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
I would love that.
That's,
We should.
don't
I'm
do that with
thinking
your hand
about that.
pumps. We don't need them all breaking their hand pumps, and that'd be our fault.
All right.
Speed is not your friend.
So this question is from Vinha, and it is in regards to Hatsan Carnivore 135 QE. Mr. Steve, what drone you fly? I'm just curious.
I fly the original Mavic Pro.
Is it Mavic or Maverick?
Mavic.
I feel like somebody made a mistake.
Mavic.
They meant to name
Mavic
it Maverick.
Pro. It's been a
Top
good.
Gun, and then they were like, forgot the R. We'll just go with it.
It's Mavic. It's Mavic Pro.
I believe you.
It's been a great drone. I mean, if you've watched any of my coverage from Extreme Bench Rest or Rocky Mountain Airgun Challenge or the Pyramid Air Cup, or I think I even had some in there for the FX Airguns factory tour and the JSB and H&N Sport factory tour videos, which you can all catch over on AEAC Home, the primary channel. I used it quite. It's been a great drone.
Yeah, and he went through quite a few. I remember you went through like 2 or 3 before you landed on the Mavic.
Well, I tried to buy an inexpensive drone, and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
I just wound up returning it after I figured out it was junk, and then I bought the DJI Phantom, which was a great drone, but it's so big I couldn't travel with it.
Yes.
This little Mavic Pro is great for travel. Now, by the standards of today's Mavic, it's like 3-year-old drone. Now
How much was it?
Back then it was like $1,000, and if I were to replace it, it would be closer to 2,000 because they've really upgraded the camera. And
did you ever tell me about that purchase? Because I don't remember having a flip out over the price. I would have flipped out over that price.
You would not have.
I would have flipped out over that price.
The drone was $1,000. And there's batteries and bags.
Yeah, you definitely did not
tell
me how much you
tablets
spent on that.
It's a couple $1,000 investment.
Yeah, you definitely didn't tell me.
Altogether, but hey, yeah, but they're loving it. Excuse me, and that's all that matters.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. That's all that matters.
Okay, next question is from Jeff Reddick. It's in regards to the Hatsan Neutron Star .22. I just noticed you don't have one Vulcan or Vulcan 2 review.
You're scratching my head again.
Oh, sorry. You're not being hooked off the stage. Do you not know the accuracy and quality of these air guns? There isn't any reviews on the Vulcan 2, especially in .30. I would appreciate, and I'm sure others as well would like to see a Vulcan 2 review, hopefully in .30, if you would be so kind.
They're kind of a weird company, and no offense, they're Russian.
Well, none taken.
Yeah.
If you knew Russians, we don't offend easily. We do, but about weird things.
It's a different business culture in Russia. Edgun recently got behind AEAC and allowed me to review one of their guns, but that was very much against their natural tendencies. They're not really into the marketing thing. They're kind of coming from a place of pride, where you can take it or leave it. What I make is best, and the world will figure out it in their own due time. That's just from my perspective. That's been the thinking. Now, when it comes to airgun technologies, I am very impressed with their stuff from what I've seen of it. I handled their stuff at EWA last year. I watch what I can find, just like you guys do. I hear very good reports on the product coming out of Utah Airguns and Airguns of Arizona. But those companies also, they don't want to invest the money for whatever reason in sending one of those guns through the review process here at AEAC. And I also know that Utah Airguns worked very hard trying to get Airgun Technologies to go in on halves with getting one of their guns to me and me putting it through that 80-hour process that I do. And if you're new here, it's Instagram, it's Facebook, it's this YouTube channel, it's the other one, AEAC Home. It is a thorough inside out.
Well, that's only social marketing perspective. Like, that's not taking into consideration the backyard time,
It is. That's Instagram and Facebook. It's all the
jazz.
process. Anyway, long story short, they're just not interested in participating. And with me directly, I've been trying. I've had several personal emails to them. Utah Airguns has sent them several emails personally trying to get them to get some product into my hands. They're just not interested at this time. But if they're watching, just know my door is always open to you guys over there at Airgun Technologies. And I'd love to get my hands on one of your products and share it with these guys. But there is a sincere reluctance in that brand family, and that's what it's all about. That's the reality of my world with that. Yeah.
Makes
Sad.
sense. I mean,
Just do other stuff.
Yeah.
I don't have that. I don't have as much control as you guys think. I kind of review what's sent to me and
we can ask
what the industry. Oh, I've asked them so many times.
And Steve is an excellent salesman, so.
Oh, I've been trying for years.
But I feel like maybe...
to get that product in here, and I've gone to Airguns of Arizona. I've gone to Utah Airguns. I've gone specifically to Airgun Technology in person, in Europe, at EWA, and via email.
Maybe you should let me write the next email to them.
In Russian?
You're probably too nice.
You want to say something now in Russian?
No.
You're shy. Don't be shy.
No.
She's shy.
No. Okay, so next, I mean, the truth is that I came to the States when I was 7 years old, so I speak Russian with an English accent, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah, but you're fluent.
Yeah, but it's still embarrassing. Okay, so this
they're going to be able to tell that through the computer?
No, it's just a type of communication style.
All right, well, say something. You're a snarky woman.
What am I supposed to say?
Something snarky in Russian.
This is very, on the spot, man.
Say, send us some shit.
I don't know how to say shit.
Say, send us some stuff.
Wait,
come on.
I also don't think I would do that grammatically correctly. Отправь нам пистолет.
Okay.
But pistolet is a pistol.
Okay,
it's
fine.
Not a
just say,
gun.
Send us stuff. Can you do that?
Отправь нам вещи.
All right, we'll leave it at that. All right, next question.
Okay. Literally just like anything, blanket statement.
Yeah, send me anything. Anything AGT.
Okay, so this question...
Let's get together. Let's do this.
This question is from Love to Shoot. And it's in regards to the Air Arms S510XS TDR Tactical Regulated.
It's in regards to, or it was in that review?
In that review. There's a difference?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of times they'll ask questions that have nothing to do with
the review.
Because that was just what they happened to be watching when it came to mind.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, this is hilarious that you just said that. Very unrelated to the video, but was curious if anyone has heard anything about the Air Venturi Avenger. I'm looking at the Hatsan Flash Pup in .25 cal and came across the Avenger. It doesn't come out until July. Wasn't sure how else to ask someone these questions that may know something about these.
The Avenger. Excuse me. Your timeline is right, June, July. And that's a gun that's freaking me out.
The Avenger?
Yeah. Air Venturi Avenger. If you guys don't know Air Venturi, that's part of the Pyramid Air Group. That's their importer, builder of several of their own lines of air guns. The Avenger is made by the same company that makes the Seneca Aspen and the Nova Freedom out of China. And if you know those airgun manufacturers, they build a very good gun for the price point. Mm-hmm. So I'm very excited about this Avenger. So I know what's got these guys super excited, at least the ones that know about it, is you're in the $300 price point. Mm. It's by that same airgun manufacturer. It has an externally adjustable regulator. It has an externally adjustable hammer spring adjuster. It looks fantastic. It's side lever cocking, like you're seeing like in the FX guns. Mm-hmm. And it's $300, and it looks like a double barrel shotgun. It looks fantastic. And the cylinder is refillable to like something like 300 bar.
Does that seem
That's a lot. That's like 4,300 PSI. And the regulator is good to like something crazy like 210 bar. I mean, mind blown. That's some freaky shit in the $300 price point. So what it's going to come down to is the barrel any good? And I know the barrels in the Aspen and the Nova Freedom have been good, as is cosmetic finish and all. I mean, I'm excited.
How much is the Hatsan Flash Pup?
Flash Pup, you're in the $300 to $400. I think you're $300 for the Hatsan Flash carbine, and I think you're 400-ish, 500-ish for the Hatsan Flash pup.
So about the same price.
Yeah?
So,
which is a great gun. I've reviewed both of those. You can check the Hatsan reviews out on the primary channel.
I'm going to give my 2 cents on a question that wasn't asked, but I think implied. If the gun doesn't come out until July, it probably won't get into reviewer hands and onto YouTube until September?
No,
October?
what'll happen is Air Venturi is the importer, and you guys know Tyler Patner, Pyramid Air Insider, big YouTube star for Pyramid Air, works at Air.
Mm-hmm.
At Pyramid Air is actually a very successful competitive shooter. I'm sure he'll review that as soon as they get it, because the anticipation is huge.
So multiple reviewers won't review it.
You mean third-party reviewers?
I mean, like, you could take, like, it's you could watch one review, but you would never watch one review on a product and be like, yes, that's what
everyone
I'm gonna get.
watches.
You're going to watch multiple.
But to your point, I was actually on the phone with Val Gammerman, the owner of the Pyramid. Actually, I think it's, I don't know if he's the owner, but he runs the Pyramid Air group. At one time, I think he did own it, but he's been the guy at the helm there since the beginning. He said that he had interest in sending an Avenger my way to review.
Okay,
so that's good for all of us.
I'm going to continue addressing the question that I read, which was, you're probably going to get multiple reviews on it safely that you'll be able to kind of check out and see what's the real deal in October timeframe. If you want an air gun now, you could ostensibly say, get the Hatsan Flash Pup now, and then ask for the Avenger one if it turns out to be amazing for Christmas. Because it's $300. So the way I like to do it is, if I want something that's a big ticket item like $300, I ask multiple members of my family or whoever was going to buy me a Christmas gift to just, like, put in for a pool for this thing. So everyone goes in, like, at $50 or whatever.
Absolutely. It's an exciting time to be an air gunner. There's a lot coming out in those value priced slots, and Hatsan's been a big leader there. Diana's doing some great stuff there. Mm-hmm. And
or if you just want to wait until the end of the year.
Now it's nice to see Air Venturi doing it.
Yeah.
Too. It's exciting times, guys.
Okay, last question.
Well, we did much better than the hour we did last week.
Last question. I feel like we should have.
That was 10 questions.
Like
Are you sure you didn't miss any?
The mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
I think you must have missed some.
I didn't.
Wow.
I know, I kept you on track. So we should make up a song for the last question.
I can't believe you did 10
Here's
in such a short time.
the last question. It never fails. When it comes, I want to wail. I forgot the words because I'm making it up. Anyway, okay. So
She
next.
didn't sleep enough last night.
Because I woke up an hour and a half ago. Don't judge me. That was at 11.
Slacker.
Don't judge me, early birds. I am a night owl. Okay, this last question is from Cody McGill. It's about the Hatsan Air Max .25. In regards to that video. It was on that video. Whatever.
Yeah, pay attention.
Despite every video, including yours, on the Hatsan bullpup guns, I can't find one who expresses concern about the plastic rail mounts / barrel bands. Are they a non-issue?
Oh, it's a good question. So for me, poly weaver and poly Picatinny is a total non-issue, because we see that as commonplace and has become the norm in the tactical firearm industry. Mm. And if it can hold up to the rigors of tactical firearms and hold those scopes and flashlights and lasers and bipods in place, I mean, genuinely, I would ask you back, what is your concern with an air gun?
With the plastic. Is it like a flimsy plastic? Is it like a bendable?
Nah, it's really, well, if you were to grab, just like on a firearm, if you were to grab it with a metal vise and you squeeze it,
no, I mean,
you're gonna tear it up. Excuse me. But as far as it being, like where it's gonna break from the recoil, no, it's a flexible, robust material that's lightweight and doesn't rust. I mean, that's why I think it's become commonplace. It's the weight savings.
Valid
it's
point.
Cheap. It's tough. I mean, they're making whole guns, outer shells of guns now. Look at a Glock. Look at all the poly in a Glock, tactical poly in a Glock. So
I understand the like the instinctual reaction to it though, because we are living in a world where everything is being packaged in smaller packages and being sold to us at the same price, and everything's going from, you know, things like metal and wood to plastics and, you know, synthetic materials. So
I guess, but I think most gun people.
But there are advantages, you're saying, especially in an air gun industry.
Yeah, and I'm remembering now back when I reviewed the HW100 by Viral. That's actually like one of the most popular PCPs on the planet, and that has all poly, you know, weaver rails on it, and I had a lot of questions in that video, but I had always presumed that most gun people know that tactical firearms have tons of poly in them to include on those rails.
That's a good point. I mean, no one's saying anything about it because there's nothing to say about it. It hasn't been an issue for people.
Yeah.
Silence is your answer. That's it.
That's it.
That's it. So you guys like these videos, and we came up with the incredibly creative name of Ask AEAC.
Yeah, you know, it's been 6 days since we did the last one.
We are geniuses.
And over 5,000 of you have watched just in those 6 days.
Yeah, so thanks for watching.
Yeah,
thanks for liking. Thanks for commenting. I had fun looking at all the comments. I'm going to, because my opinion is so valuable, I'm going to try to keep up with your comments. I'm sure that'll just be the icing on the cake.
It gets to be a lot, and I want you.
Thanks for liking it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sending in questions. If you guys want us to, we'll continue it. It sounded like it was good, unless it starts to go down.
Well, I was going to share with them the success of this, this program, the segment of AEAC vlog depends on your guys' participation.
Totally.
So, if we get the views, if we get the likes, if we get the comments, we'll continue taking a day out of our lives every week to do this for you, and I'll be looking for your questions on YouTube.
Yeah.
Don't ask me on Facebook Messenger. I've turned that off.
Yeah, he's turned it off.
I turned it off 2 years ago because I was literally getting like 50 questions a day round the clock from around the whole globe. So I just don't go to Facebook. I look at YouTube.
And Instagram, we don't really take questions from there.
I do questions on Instagram because it's still small enough. On Facebook, I've got almost 15,000 of you following me there now. Instagram's just like 4,000. So the Instagram is manageable.
Okay.
So I do look at questions on Instagram. Okay. And on YouTube as well.
But essentially,
as much best I can.
Essentially, include your questions on either of the YouTube channels and on Instagram. If you want a shot of Steve picking him up. Maybe I'll start picking some up, which will be hilarious because I'll pick totally random. Like I have no idea if they're good or not questions.
Yeah, and you know what else would be fun? It would be cool to open something up over at the Airgun Nation forum.
Oh, that might be fun.
Ask AEAC. We'll get a big list of questions going there, and
we can talk to Michael.
Those are some real diehards over there, so we could get some interesting subject matter.
Yeah.
Out of something like that. And I'm not afraid to answer the controversial stuff, guys. So if you have the questions
or the snarky comments, in fact,
I would encourage AGN.
I would like some snarky comments because then I could let my tood go.
Yeah. All right. I think we're gonna let these guys go.
Yeah, that's it.
Be safe, guys. We love you. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.